This is Christine Halsey, and here we're going to go over Packet Tracer 6318, Exploring Internetworking Devices. We have three objectives: identify physical characteristics of the devices, select correct modules for connectivity, and connect devices. So step one, we're going to identify the management ports of a Cisco router. Click on the East router, and in the physical view, you want to zoom in and then scroll over and tell me what interfaces you see here for port. What did they say? Identify the management ports. And it actually lists over here, if you click on these, what each one of them is. Okay. Identify the LAN and WAN interfaces of the Cisco router. Okay, so we can identify also here which LAN and WAN interfaces are available and how many there are. And then we're going to go to the command line and show IP interface brief. Okay, this also shows us which interfaces are up and assigned. Okay, so now we want to show the interface. Gigabit Ethernet 00. What's the default bandwidth here? Should be displayed somewhere in this first screen. Okay, then they want us to do the same thing with the serial interface. And what's the default bandwidth there? Quite a bit slower. To identify open slots, we can come look at the back of the device and see what's open and what's available. That's our router. It also said look at switch 2 and see what's open and available on switch 2 and switch 3. Okay, now we want to select correct modules for connectivity. Click on East and go to the Physical tab. They want us to click on each module and notice the description in the picture at the bottom. Okay. Need to connect PCs 1, 2, and 3 to the East router, but you do not have the necessary funds to purchase a new switch. Which module can you use to connect the 3 PCs to the east router? How many hosts can you connect to the router using this module? Okay, if we look at what's available, the HWIC 4ESW provides 4 switching ports. So that would allow us to connect 4 computers to this router. Alright, on switch 2, which module can you insert to provide a gigabit optical connection to switch 3? Well, from here I can tell gigabit. I'm only going to have 2 options. It'll either be this or it will be this. Okay, now they want us to come back to east for some reason. Couldn't do that while we were there. And drop in our module. Well, I turned it off, and apparently then I turned it back on again. Let's see. Okay, now it should be off. I can place my module. And then they want us to add the correct modules to switch 2 and 3. Okay, the only one that is a gigabit optical fiber optic connection, you can see here this one is an Ethernet connection. This one is a fiber optic connection, the F. Okay, so we can use this module and place it. Great. Use this module and place it. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to turn my router back on. And I'm going to do the same thing for switch 3. And on switch 2, we're going to do a show IP interface brief and look to see where our slot was added. I can do the same thing here to see what was added there. Okay, I did power back on. Okay, now we're on to the west router. And on the physical tab, and here they want us to add a serial interface. Okay, so if we look here, the HWIC2T is a high-speed serial. Sorry, I was trying to do two things at one time. WAN interface card. Okay, so we're going to place it. And again, turn the power off. Come on. And then I can place it. Apparently not like that. And make sure I remember to turn it back on. They're telling me to cover unused slots. Yeah, I would do that. They weren't done automatically. I use the appropriate command. Okay. Do my show IP interface brief here to see what was attached. Okay. Next, we're going to connect the devices. Select the appropriate cable type and connect it according to the chart here. We're going to connect east to switch 1. Okay, east to switch 1. From east, it's going from gigabit Ethernet with a copper straight through to switch 1. So we'll go get our connection types, and we need a straight through from east, gigabit 0 to switch 1, gigabit 01. Okay, then I'm going to continue down the list. Gigabit Ethernet 01 on east, to a straight through to switch 4. Zero one, yes. And from FA01 on east to PC1. So that'll be a straight through. PC1. Okay, from east. Oh, that's right, I added my 4 to east, and then I'm probably doing 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Or at least 1. There's PC2. And from east. Oh, no. Oh, I guess it's because it's a type of interface, even though it's off a router. Normally we go from a PC to a router crossover. Okay, so now we're on to PC4 off of switch 1 with the straight through from switch 1, FA01 down to PC4. Straight through from FA02, yes, down to 5. FA03 down to switch 6. Or I'm sorry, PC6. Now from switch 4, we'll use a crossover to go to switch 3. That's because they're like devices. Okay, I think we're down to switch 4, cross over to switch 3. Off of switch 4, gigabit Ethernet 02, over to switch 3 on gigabit 3.1. Alright, and switch 3 is going to take a fiber from 5.1 to switch 2, 5.2. Alright, so fiber from switch 3, gigabit 5.1, down to switch 2, gigabit 5.1. Right, then from switch 2 to PC 7, 8, and 9 with a straight through. What am I thinking? Alright, and then our last one is going from east to west. It's going to be a serial DCE, and we have to connect east first. Remember we talked about that, how that makes one the primary and one the secondary. So we're going here from serial 000 on east, and that makes this the secondary on west. We should be done. Let's check our results. Get a screenshot and drop it in your Dropbox. Thank you very much.